Ladies and gentlemen, do you know what that theme song means? Do you have any idea whatsoever? If you racked your brain, if someone was to come up to you and say, hey, you, whatever your name is, I got a big wad of cash for you if you know what you're watching right now, and then they'd show, this, like on a screen, or I don't know, maybe it's playing on a billboard in Times Square, folks. It's hard to say just how popular and where this show could go with, a little intention, little, dare I say, intestinal fortitude. What show is it? So I know that you have to kind of strain to listen to that, don't you? Yeah. You know what I say? I say, hi Cher, hi Kathy. I say, if it's worth doing, it's worth straining for. I don't say that. Well, I said it just now. You caught me. Oh, you are on top of it today. Well, welcome back to another Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. I am, of course, Bob Doyle, because that's a picture of Bob Doyle because it says so right there. Well, it's implied. Or is it inferred? I think it's implied. I don't know the difference. I'm going to be honest with you. So here we are. We're on location at an impossible location. There's nothing about this picture that works unless the studio itself was built on some sort of elevated platform, right? And stationary, right? It's not floating or bobbing. But if I had the wherewithal and technical ability to make it look like I was bobbing, I would, even though it would make a lot of you motion sick and you'd have to run away from the show and say, I can't watch it anymore. He's too crazy with that technology. And you talk just like that for some reason, probably in honor of the way that I always tend to go straight to that voice for some reason. I got a whole arsenal of them, but every time I open my mouth, there's some variation of this. You know what I'm saying? I think you do. All right, so let's check in with your comments. Look at all of you all lined up like that. That's a little hard to read. But again, if it's not worth straining for, it's not worth gaining more. Right? That's an old personal development adage coined by the very first personal development guru, Lodggannog. Now, not many people know about him because he was so in integrity about his teaching of personal development that he truly didn't want his name on anything. He wanted to give it to other people. I won't name names who took all the credit. It's not me. I'm talking about a long time ago. But Lodggannog, man, he was the man. He was the man. This is the theme song, in fact, for Out of God. Anyway, Kyle's in the room. Hello there, Kyle. Love the beach background. Follow the bouncing ball. Amy has joined us. Now, Amy's like, hey, where's my sister, right? Oh, yeah, you're going to want to subscribe and click the bell, and then you'll be as happy as those. Still haven't fixed this one. Yeah, how do I? Oh, let's do that again. Yep, no, no. Hold on. I gotta pull them from over here. I gotta work on that. No, they're much faster than me. And then you gotta pull them over. All right, I'll work on it. That'll be something I do in my spare time. Anyway, so we've got the beach in the background. We've even got a little bit of ocean waves happening. Can you hear them? Does it work or is it jerk? That's right. Every 4 or 5 paragraphs, I have to say something that has a question with a rhyme in it. Not really. I might do it anyway, but I'm not going to hold myself to it, and I hope you understand that, because I'm not some magician. I'm the only magician. That's right. You thought there were other magicians out in the world, like David Copperfield, David Blaine, I don't know, you name it, Harry Houdini. Nope, just me. That's how good I am. I tricked you all into thinking that there are other magicians, but there can only be one. And I'm him. I'm so good at it that I've got you all thinking there's not just magicians, by the way. I'll bet you all think there's more than one grocery clerk. Nope, just me. So next time you go up to the grocery store clerk and it says, Tabitha or whatever, you'll know it's me. No one else will. So let's just keep that on the down low. Genmo is in the house. I need some sort of like, you know how you know what I'm talking about. At games, like baseball games, and every now and then a player has like a theme song, and it's that one little hook from a song. And I think the regulars need hooks, don't you? I need to be able to have something. But the thing is, I can't do copyrighted stuff, so we got to write our own, like you guys are all, you know what? You're solid. You're here. You show up for this little gathering almost all the time. Not like those other people. The ones who show up every now and again. Ugh. Right? Or the ones who used to be around and somehow forgot to go to BobDoyleShow.com or whatever. I was trying to say what not and whatever at the same time, and that's what happened there. I'd play a replay, but I don't have one available to us. But it is good to know we've got folks from probably both Facebook sets and the Tube of Eunice. The Tube of... That distorted a little, and that's very unprofessional. So anyway, Amy's going, where's my sister, right? Well, let me tell you. I'll give you a hint. Well, I'd love to give you a hint, but I am technically unable to. She's making coffee, okay? As you may or may not know, Tracy and I just got back from a whirlwind tour. That makes me very mad. Okay, whirlwind tour of the Atlanta, Georgia area, hovering between Lawrenceville and Marietta. Lawrenceville. A lot of this back and forth across the 285 perimeter. Those of you familiar with the area, perhaps you can feel my pain. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell. You'll have to do the first thing before you can do the second thing. Why would I do that, Bob? Well, because if you're watching on YouTube and this is the only... Oh, look, my mom's in the room. No, that's Walter. I gotta say, I say that because my mom used to have her online moniker, if you will, was Outta Time. And so every time I see Outta, I think it's my mom. But now I know. Yes, this is a Blue Yeti microphone, folks. It's the Blue Yeti Pro. I have one just like it that I use for voiceover. Not professional voiceover, Bob. Yes, that's right. That mic's good enough for... Yes, I said. Why do we have to... Jeez, every time. All right, what was I saying before I so rudely interrupted myself with tomfoolery? Oh, yes, whirlwind tour, Atlanta, Georgia. Seeing my family. Now, Tracy and I are going to talk about that as soon as the coffee's ready and she's up here, right? But until that time, I'm filling time. And hold on a sec. Oh, man, I got to say, I've got this new iPhone 11, but I don't like... I have been very angry at it over the course of the few days because of the way the interface... You don't need to know this. All right, so, last week, this is just, I'm filling time. I wasn't talking to anybody in particular because she's still making coffee, which is like in a whole other wing of the estate, let's say. I'll say it and then you say it, okay? I'll say it and then you say it and then we'll say it together. So I'm going to go first. Estate. All right, now you say it. Awesome. And now we'll say it together. Estate. See, wasn't that great? No, I keep hitting this. I take a little vacation. Hello, Elena. And look, Mom's in the house too. Not my mom, not yet, but Tracy's mom. Okay, so you know how last week and the week before that and seemingly weeks and weeks before that I keep, making you look at these face-related apps? Okay, so I'm not going to do anything new. I'm just showing you the... No. Oh. Didn't mean to do that. Just showing you the potential, see. Now this is I took this picture quickly this morning, so my shoulders are cut off. And then I ran it through the Face app to blend me and Robert Downey Jr., actually. And then I oldified it a bit. And that's really all I did. And now, of course, I'm holding my phone very awkwardly in front of my face. Creating the move. Oh, that was a poor crop. You see that black line there? That's unprofessional and unwanted. Please do not applaud. Anyway, so right now, I just wanted to test this and show you that one day I might could just come on and host the entire show as someone else. But I would have to take a picture where my arms aren't cropped off, because that, to me, is unacceptable. Now, the title of this show was patent number 7,041,042. Did anybody do their homework? Did anybody think, you know what? Now look, this would, if we had thousands of viewers, this would be a real thing and somebody would have done it. But did any of you think to look up patent number 7,042,000? I'm sorry, 41,042. No? No one did? Not one of you. Now I know that I just posted that like an hour ago. But if you're wondering if I expect you to hang on my every post, the answer is yes. And look, there's something else I just want to throw out there. Especially recently, the Bob Doyle Show, as it is titled somewhere around here, has become, I think, and not necessarily in a bad way, less of a show as it is more of a gathering, a hangout, a meeting. It's like a Bob Doyle meetup is what it is, and we all just hang out. Sometimes I come prepared with all sorts of creative things to share. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes we just come in with like, well, I guess we'll talk about the trip, which is pretty much what that was our planning session. Because we got in yesterday afternoon. Well, I was going to come in here and say, okay, I'm not even going to unpack. It's Bob Doyle Show planning time. I'm going to get guests and do videos and write bits and the whole thing. You don't know me very well. You thought I was going to do that. I'm sure there was a time when I would have done that, and there may still be a time again when I do that. Oh, out of the corner of my eye, who do you think is walking by? It's Tracy. Ooh, it's Tracy. Ooh, she's got coffee in her hand. She's bringing it to her man. She's Tracy. Ooh, Tracy. Ooh, what would I do without her? I'm constantly grateful about her. It's Tracy. Ooh, grateful about her. I dropped the ball right there. What I meant to say, what I should have said was like, hold on a second. Can't you hear I'm talking? If I talk and you talk, doesn't that... Did she make a face? Oh, I'm sure she did.
Replay.
She makes so...
Where are we?
Didn't you see it when you walked in? Didn't you think the instructions, drive to the ocean, were unusual?
I did, but, I was in a hurry, so I really didn't process
That's right,
how
because
beautiful this is.
Coffee had to be made.
Right, are we on a ship?
No, we have pretty much established that we are on a stationary platform studio, because otherwise we'd be bobbing like this, right? Which I'd love if we could do, but probably would make some of our viewers...
on a cruise. We'll do that.
That is going to happen.
At some point.
At some point in the future.
Good morning.
The future!
The future.
All right,
well,
so...
it's not morning everywhere, because some of our friends are in another time zone that is no longer morning.
So I think it's time now for Tracy to do her famous start a watch party thing.
That's what I'm working on.
She's working on a watch party. All right, that was not even a song, or
Not even.
It wasn't a. So anyway,
cute.
I just threw out the question. I don't know
Okay.
if you heard.
No, I didn't.
The title of the show is patent number 7,041,042.
Oh, you have it? Oh.
And I just kind of threw out there, I wonder if anybody researched it. I don't even know if you can research it. I don't know what would happen if you typed in Google
we could
into
do that.
Google patent number. I should be prepared for that
You'd
if I was
think.
any kind of a show host. But I was also just establishing that this show has sort of, I don't want to say devolved, but evolved into sort of kind of a meeting, like where we just kind of catch up with folks and say, hey, welcome to my green screen house, and this is what we did this week, or this is what we're going to do tomorrow, or this is what we did last week, or this is an app I think is cool.
Right.
So it just feels more like we're just hanging out
That's pretty much what
than
the
it
show
is a show.
It's
Well, the
kind
show
of-
used to be, bits and stuff and pre-records and, interviews but I had a lot more time on my hands for the production of those types of things. And I'm not just saying
BT.
because we hang out. I'm just saying,
Before Tracy.
but I am saying that because of our other projects,
That's
our
true.
time is going other places. So,
You're right. That's a good
but I
point.
don't want to stop doing the show. I don't want to stop like hanging out, right? Even though we want to do this stuff, so we're just going to keep doing it. But I just
Oh,
feel,
I love the
to me, I feel a
show.
little less pressure about it if I just go, look, let's just set the expectations that there should be no expectations.
It's kind of like Seinfeld. It's a show about nothing, and it's fun.
It can be fun, and sometimes it just sits there, staring at you like, are you going to feed me or what?
You're adorable.
So there.
Oh, hey, I have a whole bunch of people joining.
Look at that.
Kevin,
How does she do that?
Elena, Mary, Tammy,
There's got to be a
Kathy.
way to funnel this traffic
I don't know.
over here. There's got to be a way. We got to do it today. Funnel that traffic. Do. Funnel that traffic.
I
Do,
guess
do.
subscribe at
click the
thebobdoyleshow.com,
bell,
which takes
though.
you to YouTube. So
Yeah,
that probably
that's
be
got
the
to change, right? I mean, come on.
Well, I don't
How
know.
low rent is that? I used to have a Bob Doyle Show page. It was done on WordPress, and it just ended up looking terrible, and I wasn't maintaining it. So I just said, you know what? Let's just go straight to YouTube. Mm-hmm. And so that's what I've been doing for like a freaking year. I haven't spent no attention on the Bob Doyle Show because I want it to, and it won't. So what? My hands were tied.
That was Tracy speak.
Yep. Tracy's very famous famous in my world, where I am the entire audience.
Yes.
100% of the audience knows her to be a person who sometimes she'll send entire sentences that aren't really words. But because she feels like the conversation is so in context that we will know what she means, and it's true.
It's
like she
true.
doesn't need to bother with consonants and
It
stuff.
happens when I have eye contact with the other person. We're in a conversation, and clearly they understand we're on the same page, and words aren't necessary. So they just trail off, and everybody goes, uh-huh, and it just moves along. And, but
There's a lot of that. And, it's so much of it. I want to have it recorded. I want to string them all together because can you imagine just this nonsensical words all
Right,
together?
right.
Like,
I can't wait to bring him
uh,
home to my family, which we visited his family. We'll talk about that in a minute. And
1 minute.
the conversation is yeah. Because it's like you don't need to finish sentences. It's fantastic. I love that. We have that, and I love that.
So wait, when I get up there and you guys are going to be talking, you're all going to be yeah-ing each other?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So see, to me,
Yeah.
so it goes like this. I'm telling a story to Tracy,
Uh-huh.
and as I'm telling the details, as I'm rolling them out, she'll be,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And to me, being a slow Southern boy, it feels like they're going, hurry up. But yeah, I know all this already. Jeez, why can you just respect my time a little more? And so I'm okay. And then we went to so all the nuance of the story because I'm feeling so pressured to finish. I'm exaggerating.
Which is
a little
not
bit
at
for sure.
all my intention when I do that, because it's kind of an unconscious thing that I do. But it's really like, yes, I'm with you, and I guess it occasionally gets misinterpreted as hurry up.
Does anybody
And I
have
don't know.
a yeah in their life? Now, at least two of you are apparently
Well, my mom is
yeah.
here. I see
Yeah, so
Jason.
your mom does Jason
Amy's
yeah.
Here? Yeah.
The Beatles wrote a whole song about you. She loves you.
Yeah.
She loves you. Yeah.
Oh my God.
She loves
See,
you. Yeah.
Before I was even born, they had that down for me.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
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 It's awesome.
I think when I do it, it's just going to be dismissive. I did do the yeah for a while because it was a trend. Everybody was going,
trend?
yeah. It was, yes, everybody
Okay.
was yeah-ing. And then I started noticing my stress level around it,
Yes.
and therefore I am sensitive to it. So yeah, so Jason says he's a yeah or two. So
I
oh
know,
boy,
it's so good.
this is going to be.
good. See, Mom
I am
says
going to be
yeah.
so. They're going to be all around the table. Just no one's going to be saying anything except yeah. I've heard it. I've heard the two-way.
I know.
Where her and her mom are on the phone, and then a sentence will end. One of them will say, yeah.
We had a whole
A lot of
conversation.
affirmation. A lot of affirmation.
I think affirmations are really good and
They
powerful.
really are. Maybe that's why I struggled so much as a youth. I didn't have enough affirmation because my mom only said yeah once. So I was like
Speaking of your mom,
deprived of. So, ladies and gentlemen,
was
I wish
so
I had some
great.
music that would be appropriate for We Traveled to Atlanta. But again, I
It's
put
not really.
almost zero effort into the show this morning.
Well,
I
okay,
did
so
have
in
to
all
remember how it worked.
fairness, we flew in yesterday
And boy, are
and
our arms tired.
and we just kind of
Hold on, let it die down. They're
Okay,
really loud.
okay,
Hold on.
okay.
Okay.
All right. See, I can't hear that because
Yeah, I know, it's-
he's got all the power with the tech stuff. But we had an amazing time. I haven't posted any of the pictures yet. I need to do that because we took a lot with his new phone, and so those need to get. We're going to put them in a Dropbox, and then I have to go through. So I will be later today posting all sorts of fun pictures of babies and
Yeah, so
friends and
one of the main reasons we went. Now, see, this is where I'm saying this is not so much a show. This is really like we're all just hanging out as
We're all
friends.
just hanging out,
Only,
right, like-
only these people are slave to our. They can't. They're like trying to type and be a part of the
Right,
conversation. We
well-
can choose to ignore them. We can be
No,
like
they
the worst
can.
and most self-centered host ever. Hey, come into our. Let's listen to us talk at you for a while. Show you our pictures, and Facebook won't even let you show you your pictures. So this is a totally
I know
one way.
that is a bummer. They can't
anyway.
add pictures to the. I guess not. They can only comment.
But it
Can't
was
wait
mostly
to see
about
them catch
visiting
it.
family. So
Yes.
and my friend Rob, who has been a guest on the show and a fan favorite. Cards
Yes.
and letters come in daily. Where's Rob? Where's Rob? When are we going to get more Rob? What's the deal with Rob already?
Where's Rob?
That whole
It's
thing.
like, where's Waldo?
Except
Where's Rob?
all right, whatever.
Anyway, we also visited my friend Kaz, who I haven't seen in like 20 years or
And
something like
and
that.
I not even longer than that.
Because he just met him for the first time.
Well,
was
in this
so
lifetime,
wonderful.
you just never know where our cosmic paths have crossed. He might have been my dog at one time, or vice versa.
Wow. Fascinating.
I mean, when I said have a seat, he did, so. And that's the kind of fun we have when we're out in the real world. And this
Yes.
is, I will
And
say,
people look at
on
us
the on the
cross-eyed, like,
topic
"Oh,
of
they're
my
weird."
friend Rob,
Yes.
I have to say that he and I know each other initially through broadcasting, and we're both like this.
On all the time.
But now in my life, not around Rob, I'm not on all the time, am I?
No, that's
Okay.
true. No. But when he's with Rob, he's on all the
We
time.
tend to flip into the on mode.
It was, I mean, I recorded some of it. I don't know if I can share all of it, but it was very entertaining, is all I'm going to say.
Well, my
And I
point.
even got to play a little
That's
bit into
where
it.
I was
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
Is that what was
Yeah,
great
yeah,
is that she just jumped right in
Mm-hmm.
and was on with us, which was great,
It
as
was
you might
fun.
imagine. It just makes me look at her and smile even bigger.
Yes, it was fun.
Because it could have been easily one of these. I mean, I know she gives me the looks like, what are you doing? We're doing a show right now.
The
Why did
rolling
those
of the
words come
eyes.
out of your mouth? So she could have done a whole weekend of that. But no, she played right along. Because she's got a pretty good voice herself.
Mm.
And Rob and I will get into this kind of boat, and she'll just,
Go right on in.
yep, or whatever. For a long time, Rob and I were talking like this, probably a good 15 minutes for Tracy's benefit, only to find out that she was so far out of earshot that we did it all for naught.
Not.
But it felt good to go back to our real voices and not this, hi, I'm Bob Doyle, that fakey thing that I have to
Indeed.
tolerate. Tracy knows off the air I talk like this, my real natural voice.
Sometimes.
I do sometimes.
That's actually true.
I don't know what prompts that, though.
I
Like, there's certain
don't
situations
know.
where I suddenly go, I think talking to you like this is appropriate right now.
His dad does it too. Oh my gosh. Meeting his dad, it was so fun. The two of them went back and forth in their voices, and it was just great. It was really great.
And he tended to go to this one, too.
Yeah.
So we both have,
Yep.
we all have our fallback voices. But
Clearly,
yes,
this is where he got it from.
That
you know.
was, I told Tracy when we left that after she met my parents,
I would know.
she would understand this a lot more. And
Yes.
it
I
seems to
clearly
be
get
true.
what he gets from his mom and what he gets from his dad. It's fascinating.
Is it this just adorable?
It's very cool.
Excuse me while I sip some nice, warm, creamy coffee.
Yes. Enough sugar?
Yeah, honey. Get it? Enough sugar? Like a term of endearment?
Yes.
A
yes.
movie I never
So,
saw?
Lisbeth would like to know, how was it to meet your newborn grandson for the first time?
Well, it's one of those surreal things. You have to process a lot. Now, the other one, who's 2,
Cruise, oh my God.
I hadn't seen him in quite a while too, so there was that overload, and he's calling me pops, and he's saying, "Come play
Where's
with
that?
cars." Yeah, that's another whole
Whole
conversation.
other thing.
But for the most part, calling me pops and stuff, and we mostly communicate via FaceTime.
Yeah, we see.
So he does know my voice and all that, so
And your
it fell
face,
right
right?
in. So, but I didn't know, like, what's it going to be like in real life? Is he going to be shy? Is he going to be? No, it was great.
Okay.
We played a lot of cars.
A lot of cars.
A lot of cars.
He's very fascinated by cars. He likes dinosaurs too.
So we had heard that, he liked cars. So Tracy and I, before we went there, we stopped by
And
a
got him
store
something.
and we'll get like 10 cars. This will be great. We get there only to find out that he's got like 100 freaking cars that people have given him already. We're like, ugh.
A boy can never have enough cars. I don't care how old they are. That's what they think. And 2, we actually also got this like cool big truck which holds 50 of them. So it was practical and fun. So he was playing with the big truck,
Funtical.
right? But then we could stick in 50 of the 100 cars he has. So
And they
it's
were cool. There was like
yes!
dinosaur car theme.
There was-
and you did, but and these were Hot Wheels. These were name brand
Right,
vehicles. You went
right,
some
not the
grocery
dollar store
store.
ones.
Yeah.
Anyway, we had a
Anywho,
blast.
but the other one's a month old. So what are you gonna do? Juggle? It's just like hold.
But he's
and
so,
he's either
and
crying
babies
or-
smell so good. You forget.
Who smelled a baby today? Let's clap your hands if you have. We
Oh,
won't
my
hear you, but
goodness, there's some like it's like a puppy smell. Like you just want to bottle that up somehow. You can't. They eventually, start to smell different. But boy, when they're
even
that
over the course
little,
of several
a
hours.
month old, so it's sweet. It's like they almost smell like candy. They're so yummy, and so cute and little, and the fingernails and the toes. Oh,
Anything else about babies?
babies. I love babies. And Cash was he's so snuggly. Yeah.
He's very aware, like a lot of eyes open stuff.
A lot. And smiles, too. We got a lot of good pictures.
Yes, we did, Tracy.
Yes,
all
we
of which,
did.
not all of which, but
Yes.
yeah. So we did that. What were we saying about the?
Well, we hung out with Cruz and
Oh,
Cash, but also Catherine.
once I did want to acknowledge. D, you're right.
Why?
We totally next time I'm in Atlanta we should connect. I used to work with him in several lifetimes
Okay,
ago.
so we also met up with Chloe,
Taylor Brown.
who is his friend, long time.
Long time.
And so we're going to go back to Atlanta and do an event with her. We just have to plan it.
With the bed and the sound and the
Yes,
whole thing.
The whole thing. So
Yes.
we actually even found venues and such. So it's just a matter of connecting later this week and putting it on a calendar. So we will be back within the next 6 months. And
So
for
clear your calendars.
for the next 6 months.
And
And
just
we'll let you know.
yeah. All right. So
Yeah.
we've bantered about this for quite some time, and we really haven't addressed it full on.
Oh, right. So on the plane ride, first of all, we took Southwest, which was great. I mean,
Hold on. It was great. I think the point of the story is the opposite of that. Now, look, I like Southwest. I fly a lot of Southwest because I've been going back and forth, blah, blah, blah. So this is not a, don't they suck? They don't. I like it. It's fun and all that. But you got to be in the A's. If you're not in the A's, it's too much of a crapshoot, right?
That's
If you don't
true.
board in that first 60 people, you don't know what you're going to get. And forget about it if you're on the other half of the B's. C's, why are you even carrying anything on? Okay, so we get B 48 on the way there because I forgot to check in 24 hours exactly ahead of time. Oh, you could imagine my despair.
so
We
end up
at
the last rows
of
the plane.
in the middle.
Separated.
Right.
He got the last middle seat on one side of the plane.
The
I
right
got
side.
The
I
last
don't
middle.
know if
Well,
that's-
it depends on what right, left, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway,
There's airplane speed.
So you're in the position. It's a 3.5-hour flight, and you cannot sit back at all. You're between, and he's long and needs an aisle or something because like his legs and such. And so, needless to say, it was a. Well, I actually slept most of it. So for me, it wasn't so bad. And the people I sat next to were just this lovely married couple who I will absolutely see again, Gracie and David. They live in Greenville, South Carolina, which we will also be doing an event down there.
And here is their address.
We will not do that. But it ended up being a lovely experience. But
Well, the left side,
I
L
had a
for lovely.
experience.
Right side, R for
Right.
yeah. No, as a big dude here, his son here, and me like this, and I can't lean back. My neck is the whole time, and I'm looking over at Tracy. Must be
I
nice,
slept.
I'm saying to myself.
Anyway, that was the way there, and on the way back, we got in. We were B, but earlier on, so we actually were able to
19
sit next
and
together.
20.
19 and 20, and so we were able to sit together. So he took the window, I took the middle, and then sat next to this lovely gentleman, Roger, who
She only meets lovely people.
most of the time. I always see the good in people. I don't think that's a bad thing. Unless it's Hitler or something. But you know what I mean. It's just
Well,
like,
the show just took a turn. That's the first reference ever, and probably the last.
The last.
Okay.
So anyway, we just ended up having a wonderful flight back, but found it very interesting that in the, the seat in front of you has all sorts of different things in there. The Southwest
Let's name some things.
magazine,
Hold on. Let's
the,
name some
what
things.
happens if you
things
crash,
this is $25,000
the
pyramid. Hold on.
soda menu,
Yeah, okay.
or drink menu, etc.
And of course,
And of course,
the ever-present, what is it? Ubiquitous.
yes, good word.
I think it's the first time I've used it. I'm not
And
even
probably
kidding. The barf bag, ladies and gentlemen.
The barf bag.
Into what? There's no other
Oh, my
vomit
heavens.
receptacle. I have no idea if they've got some sort of more glamorous name for this.
It's
It would be
barf
interesting to
bag.
look up the
I'm-
patent and see. But we did notice,
We
of
will
course,
look
that there
at
is a patent number.
So the way that the airplane is, there's like, it looks like a magazine rack basically in front of you, and out of the very bottom is what you see is just U.S. patent number, and I'm like, what is that? So I, put my hand in and pull out the barf bag, and I'm like, they actually put the patent number on the bag.
So,
it's fascinating.
yeah, you think, okay, it's a bag. But now, as I've been studying it
Yes.
the past 24 hours, I see that they had to put some serious thought into this. Now, it can't just be, it's not just a paper bag,
No.
because obviously the contents of said bag would soak through the said bag. And,
Hence the patent, I suppose.
yeah, and purpose defeated. And they've got some sort of interesting seam. It looks like it's very reinforced down there. They do not want the chance of a blowout. They thought, of course, about the twist ties, and there were several meetings about which twist ties, and there were probably bids from all kinds of companies, right? So that it's got to have just the right amount. It can't break. It's got to hold, right? It's got to hold, and it's got to be again the
I'm
ceiling.
actually going to be sick just thinking about all
Now-
this, to be honest.
Oops, didn't plan on that. Well, we'll wrap this up. Fold down twice and secure with twist tie. So now, who's reading these instructions? Now,
Someone
maybe
who's
it's
really
like
sick.
right. So, that's how it would occur too. You're
Yeah.
there and you're going, oh no,
Yeah.
and you start to get that feeling. And then you're trying to psych yourself out of it or whatever. And now you're thinking, am I really going to have to do this? Do they still even have barf bags in the planes? So you start just kind of
Okay,
still
okay,
trying to.
okay,
No.
okay,
I
okay.
have to
No,
do
no,
this.
no,
I have to
no,
finish.
No,
I have to. You can cover your ears.
Everybody else is going to cover their
No,
ears.
they're not. They're enthralled. And then
I'm sure.
you're looking, and then you go, and then you kind of look at it. Now, you don't want to pull it out right away because then you know that you're going to telegraph to the person next to you, something, because things are going wrong, or this guy's weirdly curious about this kind of thing. And so, but maybe you hold it anyway, and you're like, got a patent and everything. Fold down twice as secure.
Okay,
In
okay.
fact, you
We
probably
get the
stare at
idea.
this for like 10 minutes.
Okay. You're really.
So I answered my own question.
You,
All right.
You did.
All
You
right.
did. Okay.
Okay.
We're moving
All
on.
right.
Okay. First of all, Dee said it was probably engineered by a NASA scientist, which, hello, yes, probably correct. And Amy said, Bob, you're way, way, way too fascinated by this. And but it's
LK
entertaining.
Plastics is the company.
Yeah.
Congratulations
but I just
for
wanted to
patent
also
number
share that
7
because
million.
we were on Southwest, they have some other cute little things which I just had to bring. So this is the little coffee cup. Isn't it so cute? It's got a little heart on it. I thought that was really
The
cute.
stirrer,
Stirrer,
and
stirrer
I,
has love on it.
she She literally, I mean, she saved it.
I did.
This is-
wait, and then and then the little napkins. In a world full of no, we're a plane full of yes. I thought that was cute. Real art comes from the heart.
That's transparency. Now, we have just done,
Anyway, yeah, that's a whole show.
so you're
about-
welcome, Southwest.
Right? Yeah, we just.
And thank you for your Fritos. Those are the best.
Yeah, the Fritos were great, and the pretzels were yummy, and then there were little cookies. I can't remember the little
I am
shortbread
not
cookies.
a pretzel guy.
I love
I
pretzels.
sometimes
They're
wonder
also
why.
vegan.
I like soft pretzels, but I do not like hard pretzels. We're taking your calls. Who is on board?
Hard pretzel,
1
soft
for
pretzel,
hard,
no
2
pretzel.
for soft, 3 for I don't care just so long as it's a pretzel. We'll await your responses. In the meantime, we're here with Tracy. So Tracy,
Yes, Mom.
you've been on this whirlwind tour. You've been to Atlanta. It was your first trip.
It's true.
In Atlanta, in 25 words or less. Atlanta, what do you think? I'm sorry, that sound means our time is up. We
Well,
don't have time for
yes,
our
I
answers, so
thank
we're going to
you so
go to
much,
your
Eric.
answers, and I'm looking for some numbers, and I don't see that anyone has participated.
Mom
That's
says I
unfortunate,
haven't.
because now everyone watching, we're going to have to deduct 3 points from your total score, but don't worry, we appreciate you anyway, so don't take it too personally. You've got plenty of time to make up those points.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, every new person you bring to this show /meeting
3.
/
Jason
gathering
says 3. Jason,
gains you another 7 points. So it's
wait,
very
no, we
easy
have-
to.
We have comments.
Jason's here.
Yes.
I'm getting on Frontier. Don't get me started on those guys.
Yeah, Frontier and Spirit, I take them all the time because they're least expensive, but they are the least expensive for a reason, because there's no frills of any kind at all. You pay for your napkins.
Inhales and exhales. So learn to control your
If
breathing.
you need a barf bag, they're going to charge you $5.
We don't know that,
No,
okay?
I'm
so
totally
but
teasing,
it's just that's
teasing,
the program we're watching is intended as humor and
But
parody.
anyway, yes, but 3. What was 3? 3 is I just don't care. It's a pretzel.
It's both. Yes, I
Yes.
just don't care as long as it's a pretzel.
Yes.
So we've got one for number 3.
Yes. Daniel.
Do we have any
Mark,
others? We need to get a
Brian.
total score, and then that'll determine on what date we will order pretzels for the show. We had soft pretzels at the airport yesterday. It was
We
the first
did,
time.
Auntie Anne's.
Another plug, ladies and gentlemen.
You
They
know,
should pay for this
They should.
with free pretzels to the Bob Doyle
That's
show.
all we need. Don't need
Free
just
pretzels, free pretzels for us.
Forever.
Put them on a plane
That'd be
and
really
then put them on a bus and drive them up to our good street so we can eat them because they're not meat. She gets amused by these songs.
I just don't know
Man,
how
oh
he does
man,
it. Sometimes
we
they rhyme. They're cute. They're kitschy.
We need somebody in here refreshing our coffee.
We need a production assistant, which is what I did.
Where's
for
our
a week.
PA? Where's our
We need a
PA?
Just dip it in beer cheese. Okay, so when I had a restaurant in Chicago, Currents on the River, we had the most amazing beer cheese soup. Oh my God!
I am
Chef
on
John,
board.
and then Jesus took it over, and I'm telling you, it was literally to die for. It was just absolutely.
Wait a minute.
yummy.
Hold on.
I mean, well, okay, maybe not die for, but like it's just heaven. Let's just let me rephrase that. It is heaven, and I really do miss that. But
But
I've
death
also,
has to be involved somehow.
Yes, but I've also moved into really trying the vegan thing and not doing so much of the dairy stuff. But holy cow, yum, 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 yum. My
Interesting.
mouth is watering. just thinking
Vegetarian,
about it.
vegan. Holy cow.
Fascinating.
One thing we didn't mention,
Hmm.
and I don't know if this is calculated on her part.
Maybe
It's not.
no.
I would be very surprised if it was.
What?
But if you're watching our timeline, you'll see that one of the first stops on our tour was the Uke Republic ukulele
Yes!
store with my friend Mike
and
McQueen.
Donna.
And Donna hid in the back
The whole time.
the whole time. I think we've talked about this already.
Did you?
I think so. But she hid in the back the whole time until we were about to leave.
Yeah, we didn't even know she was there.
Quiet as a little mouse.
Quiet, I know. But
think
we
I
hung out
actually
with
said
Mike.
that.
That was fun.
Yes. So that was fun because Mike was my first dealer of ukuleles. You guys.
Yes.
It's always fun to go back and say hello to him, but I hadn't been to that store in quite a while. I think we figured it was like 8 years or some such.
Wow.
That's a long time.
Very cool store. I mean, we had to check the timeline, and we'll post more pictures
Surrounded by ukuleles.
And he found a bass uke
sure
that will
did.
at some point be here. I'm certain of it.
I've been wanting the U bass for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It is on my 300 list.
The 300 list.
We'll talk about that in just a moment.
Okay.
And so, yeah.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom on a uke. I gotta.
It's really cool. It sounds fantastic. Honest. Great
It does.
sound.
So anyway, that was, I think, did we hit all the highlights? We talked about my dad. We talked about my mom. We talked about my daughters.
We didn't show any pictures. Did you want to show pictures? Are you doing
I'm
pictures?
not prepared.
All right, so we'll check back. I'm going to post everything later.
Will you all check back, please? Just make us a promise right now. 1 for yes, 2 for, are you freaking kidding me? I got a life.
Right.
We're waiting for your answers. In the meantime, Tracy, Atlanta.
Yes,
25
we're back
words
to
or
this.
less.
25 words or less. Lovely.
That's 24 less than 25.
Yes.
You've got a few more to choose from if you'd like.
Wet. Humid.
Okay.
It rained most of the time, or it was very. We got off the plane, and I could actually feel the humidity coming from the desert. You're very susceptible to changes in humidity, and it was definitely whoosh.
Yep.
But it
felt cool.
good. Yeah. I mean,
yeah. It did.
see the yeah.
We
contagious.
she loves you. Yeah. So yes, it did feel good at
One,
first because it
just
was
one.
cool outside, and then a little bit of humid, and it was the sky was blanketed with clouds. So it was nice. But then a couple of days after that, it was like, I'm sweating and I'm not hot. What's happening?
Oh my gosh. My friend Jason just told me he will be in Vegas tonight. Reach out if you have time to grab coffee. What? Okay. Yes, I will see you. We will figure that out. And B, I'm going to smack you upside the head for just giving me like 5 hours notice.
So, hey, Jason.
Not okay.
See, she's much better at the spontaneity than I am. So here's the situation you've just created. She's going to go see you, right?
Yes.
Now,
well, no, you have to come with.
See, that's
Well,
the thing.
He doesn't have to come with. I
Right.
would like for you to come with.
Right.
Jason, would you like Bob to come with?
But
If not, if he says
type
no,
1
then
for
you
yes,
don't.
2 for no. I prefer. And then there's that whole thing. And so it's just the Johnny on the spot decision. She knows that my personality type, I need time to. We were just talking about this. Weird. I need time to process new. I'm not as inherently spontaneous. And I used to be feel a little wrong for that until I started learning more about personality types and all that stuff. And I go, you know what? No, I just how I operate.
Yeah, nothing
It's
wrong
my
with it.
wiring. When someone says, "Hey, you want to do this thing?" I gotta have I gotta have some time to go. Okay, rather than the
Sure.
right,
For sure, I will see you tonight. I will make it happen.
right. See, I don't
that's
do
how
that
I-
as well. Now I go, okay, what was tonight? What did we just got back.
My
I wanna-
birthday's
No,
tomorrow.
we're seeing Steve tonight.
No, that's tomorrow.
See?
And Jason's birthday's tomorrow.
This is what I'm saying. Less of a show, more of a gathering. So you guys are going to have to start bringing something to eat. We can't just feed all of you all the time.
Jean and Laura.
She's not hearing any of this
No,
right now.
none of it.
When she is tuned into a thing, she has like this weirdly, she has a complete ability to just hear nothing else. Rob and I, right in front of her.
Oh my goodness.
I alluded to the one, well, we talked like this, and she was out of earshot. That's one thing. Sometimes she's as close as she is right now.
I was
We're doing
working.
bit, right for her benefit.
And I was working, so I was focused on. I get off the plane at 9 p.m. Okay.
9 p.m., so now it's a midnight rendezvous.
Which I'm fine with, but he'll take a nap in between. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm
Now
spontaneous.
that'll be
no
the
plans
screenshot that Facebook chooses.
Bob's waiting, or Jason's waiting.
I'm waiting now, but oh yeah, okay. I see where I get an idea. See, this is all watch party talk. They feel
Yes.
like they can just say anything in the watch
Yes.
party because they're not on the big screen.
Yes.
So they're having their own private conversations, but
Yes,
they don't know
we're
I
good,
can look
we're
right
good.
over here.
Okay, so Lisbeth said cold. Yes, Atlanta was cold. Not probably about the same temperature here in Vegas. I mean, it was,
It was very cold at my mom. She lives sort of in the mountains, and that first
it was like
morning,
30 degrees, but it was, we'll show pictures, gorgeous. I mean, where she's out is woods and a creek and just, oh,
nature. It's
so
amazing they even have an
serene.
internet connection out there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
she's out there.
absolutely serene. Your dad lives out there too. He's got a
He
big
lives
chunk of
out
land.
there. She lives out there.
Yeah, yeah, both of them in lovely little rural communities. There's just lots of trees and land and pretty.
There's lots of trees and land, and there's lots of pretty. I'm Bob
Lots
Doyle.
of pretty, and I'm Tracy Sam Lowe.
And she did that every time I threw it to her, wherever we were the entire
True.
vacation.
Rob was dying over that.
It is the best. I just can't tell you, because I know that it's the dorkiest thing to ask. But every time I do it, whenever, wherever, no appropriate, inappropriate, if I go, I'm Bob Doyle,
And I'm Tracy Sam
she'll
Lowe.
do it.
I will.
That, my friends,
Is
is the
love.
foundation of any good relationship. Ladies,
Well,
gentlemen,
you do the bit.
if you don't do that
the
for each
bit.
other,
Gotta do the bit. Okay, Jason's saying tomorrow would be better. Okay, so I'm gonna take this offline and we'll figure that out.
oh sure, we took all that. He just made it really super easy. All right, well, if there's no drama, then we're just going to talk about this all line. But there's spontaneity and pulling Bob out of a comfort zone. That's all on the show. Oh, tomorrow, so it's no issue for anybody. Okay, well, we don't want to talk about that. And this was the trip.
Pretty much.
Not everybody could pull this off.
No, this is true. This has been great. It's been great.
Amy jumped ship.
Amy's love you
she
too.
jumped. She
She
jumped from the
did.
show into the watch party.
Well,
Everybody's
Kathy
going to
was
think the
over
watch
here,
parties
too.
are more cruel than being on the board.
It's because it's my watch party.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know how to mix
We should
these
just call
two.
this Bob and Tracy's, but it's not our house.
What is this?
I don't know.
What are you talking about?
I'm pointing to the show. No one sees it.
This.
This, yeah, that was.
This, wait.
Sorry. Like we
This.
got to get your picture
there's
over
a-
here, faded out,
An island.
and then like the Bob and Tracy,
It's like a
but
Gestapo
not
or
show.
something.
It's like, what are you saying? Did you just say Gestapo?
Gestapo.
All right, you are at least what?
It's a place in Mexico, and when I was there,
Oh,
they had a little
Gestapo,
island
sure.
like that.
I thought we were really. It's a weird thing to do.
No.
Wow. Okay.
Anyway,
That's going to make the show unwatchable.
I love that
We're
idea.
back to your comments.
Yes, I don't know what idea that was, but it's okay.
Okay. What were we talking about?
I have no idea.
What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. We have 14 minutes.
Well, I will share just along the conversation of the bed and the glasses and all of that conversation with Luscious Living and those cool toys. Last week on the show, or the week before, whenever, we had Tracy on the bed with the glasses, and you saw a demo of how that all worked together.
Yeah.
And one of the other things we've been wanting to try is laying on the bed
Oh.
with virtual reality instead of
haven't
the
tried.
glasses, which we just tried it. I tried it this morning for the first time, and I did a few things. One was just watching like trying to find a video on YouTube that was 360 degrees, right? So that no matter where, so that you're in it. So you're laying on the bed. The audio of the video is pushing the bed and all the sound. So I'm looking for meditative type of things, and I
Sure.
found them. They're out there, 360 degree videos that drive the bed really good. That are just, you can look anywhere and you see stars or whatever you got to see. So that was exactly what we had in mind, that kind of thing.
Cool.
And then I watched a few YouTube videos, just like I was watching an IMAX theater, because they're huge. Again, action type sequences with a lot of like rumbling and
Star Wars or
that kind
something.
of. I did. I watched. It was a whole thing about Star Wars space scenes only, and so all of the
There you go.
explosions and
Didn't
the
even know that.
stuff, and the bed is just boom, 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 boom,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just laying there looking at this ginormous screen. It's cool. So all of that is.
If you'd like a demo, just DM us.
Slide into our DM. What? Okay, so look.
Although you do need to be in Vegas, unless, we will be traveling around with fun stuff, but
Yes.
Yes.
And all of this will become more portable, but we are absolutely committed to getting this out there and doing a lot of fun stuff. And the event's just part of it, but we are actually. Hey, look. Well, I'm not afraid to ask. I'd put this out there.
okay. What are you putting out there?
Well, some of the people may not be thinking of themselves as like something that they would buy this or whatever, but they might have connections to the places that we are looking for, like spas and hotels and other places like that. Other practitioners who might want to
Chiropractors,
take this,
massage therapists,
right? Who might want
hypnotherapists.
to incorporate this into their offering, whether it's for a luxurious type of experience or whether it's therapeutic or healing or anything like that.
Right.
And depending on who you know and all that, it could be good for them too.
It's also true.
But yeah, because that is really our focus, is hitting, a lot of people who can then
Right.
share it with the masses to get it out there faster. So
Right.
maybe you know somebody,
Right.
and we'll
It's
just
very healing.
pack these things up and go, and do some a demonstration.
All demonstration.
We shall talk like this for the rest of the show.
Mon Dieu.
Oh, I love you so much. That is the other thing I've asked her to do.
So, for whatever reason, this is early in the relationship. When he
Early
was,
BT.
When he would speak French, he was just like, "No, can you say mon Dieu?" I'm like, I do not speak French. I don't know what.
Well, I
mon
don't
Dieu
speak French
means.
either. All I do is that cliche, probably extremely offensive dialect. But I ask her, when I talk like this, I have a request of you. When I am done saying what I am saying, I would like you to go,
Mon Dieu.
Mon Dieu. And when she does it, oh, it is music. Music to my ears. All right.
It's bizarre, and I don't know what we're having, Amy. Yeah, yeah.
What's the question?
She's
Oh,
she
I want what
we're
you're having. Well, it certainly isn't
Right
more
now,
coffee.
it's just
Todd. Todd's our new PA.
Todd?
But he's 7 and probably doing that.
Is there child labor laws?
Oh yeah, did I say 17?
Still, he could have a work permit.
We don't have a Todd. I
No,
admit it. That
no.
Todd
I tried to
is
get
an
Amber to come
imaginary
with me.
character. Oh, what a shock! She didn't come right over
I know.
to watch you guys do
You
your.
can be on the show. She's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
No. I'm like, you don't have to be on the show. You can just come and watch. No. I was like,
I'm sure this is
Okay.
the most uncool
I
thing
know. I'm sure.
ever.
I'm sure.
Like my kids. Like
Don't
here I am
watch.
thinking, hey, the Bob Doyle show. Yeah, it's a
Nope.
niche audience, but it's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
My kids couldn't care,
Hold
could
on.
not care less about this, and I don't think I've ever watched even one, because
I don't.
I'm
I
sure
think
it's
my,
just-
my kids don't want.
I'm sure it's a dork fest. I just noticed
What's that? What did you notice?
that the background behind the sky here of the trees is showing. Now I know no one could see. I can't.
What are you talking about?
Right there where my finger is, that's actually trees in the background. I layered that video on top of it. Are we still on?
Yep. What the heck are you talking about?
Oh! Did you hear that?
Oops.
Carol?
Oh, Carol's heard a lot worse.
Tommy's in the room, Tommy's in the room. Pick up a broom and a dustpan. We got some cleaning to do, and I'm talking to you.
This all day long. Whatever we're having, it's
I did not
it's-
do that before Tracy. So rarely, and I don't know why. I
Probably
must have
'cause
some
I
inner
laugh at
desire
it,
to
so
score a musical, which oddly are my least favorite things. I know
Isn't
you're
it?
not a big
Yeah,
fan
I'm
of
not a
musicals
big
either.
musical
I don't.
person
I
either.
really
No,
couldn't
couldn't care less.
care less about musicals, and yet
I majored
do
in theater,
that
and
all
I
the
was
time.
in a musical in my day, but it definitely, yeah, it's just.
Tell me
yeah.
one.
Hello, Dolly.
And what was your role?
I don't remember the character.
Do you remember your line?
No, this was a long.
We've talked about my acting experience in
Right.
previous Bob Doyle shows. There's no need to rehash all of that at this time. You can go back and watch, season 3 episode, whatever. There's no seasons. It's just one long season.
Decade of seasons.
Actually, I think I did one time say that it was season 2 or something, but there's nothing to delineate.
Yeah.
Before, at the beginning, I was just in my studio and I didn't even use green screen. You just saw all my crap in the background. And I thought, that's cool. It's organic. It has an organic feel. And I look at it now and go, what am I? There's a lot I look back on and go,
Yeah,
okay, but at least I was doing it.
this is true. Yes. It's
So
true.
that's your lesson today, boys and girls.
You're
Doesn't
right about
matter
that.
if it's perfect.
It is true. Rob Scott is watching my watch party.
Yeah, what a shock.
Anyway, and Adam said that you didn't. Oh, Jason got his number.
I got your
That,
number, Jason.
that no one noticed the green until you.
Of course not. No one ever notices anything unless it's some blatant audio problem. Last week's show, I realized upon listening, I had two audio sources going. So it sounded weird the entire time, and no one told me. And I'm hoping
Yes.
that that's not the case this time, because I might have checked and I might not have.
Maybe not. Yes. I know. So speaking of Adam, I was just thinking we were talking about acting, theater, that sort of thing. So I majored in theater, but at one point just discovered that I just didn't want to play other people. I just wanted to be me. But I actually at the time didn't know that there was an avenue to do that, like the goofiness we're doing now. And so I got into theater in other ways, right? So was involved with the Piven Theater in Evanston, and
That's
was
Jeremy Piven, for those of you who...
and Shira
And
Joyce.
Shira and
I was going to
Joyce.
say Joyce, her birthday is Friday, and I believe she turns 90.
I'm sure she's delighted to have that shared.
She's
I'm just kidding.
no, she's.
I'm
like,
just
I
being
mean,
to cliche
oh my goodness, one of the
lemonade.
most incredible people on the planet. I love this woman so much, and yeah. So happy birthday, Joyce.
I'm sure she's watching, or if she's not, maybe you
Well,
could get
maybe
her
I
to.
could send her.
That's it. See, they were one step away. This is going to blow this show wide open.
That's it.
We're going
Right.
to get the Piven Boost,
Right.
the world famous Piven Boost.
I love it. I'll share. We'll see.
Joyce Piven,
Yes, Joyce.
not Jeremy,
Or
but Joyce
Well, Shira's married to
or Shira.
McKay. Adam McKay. Anyway, whatever. Doesn't matter. Great people. Love them all.
And the leg bone's connected to the hip bone.
Yeah, that.
What's the hip bone connected to?
The butt bone?
Is that in the song? I don't think so.
I
don't know
think
how the
there's a
human
butt
body
bone.
works
I
all of a
just totally
sudden.
made that up.
Well, then what do you keep falling on?
Oh, my tailbone.
Isn't that the butt bone,
so
ladies
yeah,
and
I
gentlemen?
get to go for an MRI later today, folks. Isn't that fun? I've never done that before. Very exciting.
I've done it a couple of times for diverticulitis attacks. I'm happy to say
Oh.
I haven't had one of those in a long time. I mean, a full blown.
That's good.
Yeah.
We're eating healthy.
Because I'm 100% healthy, and I'm just like,
Bugs Bunny
sneezing.
musical. That's a good idea.
dun 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 dun
The
dun 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 dun. Bigaro, 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 Bigaro.
Okay, so I'm going to comment. So Adam says it was a wonderful experience working with them and you. Yes, Adam. And actually, we were just talking. I was showing him pictures. We went to see Black Eyed Peas with Adam and some other friends and had just the coolest experience. Total VIP. Actually hung out with Will I Am afterwards. And so I was showing him the pictures just last night or couple nights ago. And Rob says the hoof is connected to the foot.
Okay.
And if you want to
That's-
go into the whole hoof thing,
I have to because
Now you do.
that's my bad. But
Yeah.
but that was a good one on Rob's part because we were talking about, was it the gelatin? What brought
yeah,
up
okay.
hooves?
So we were talking about Jello.
So we're all standing
and
in the kitchen.
pudding, and yes,
And that-
and then I can't eat it anymore because it has gelatin in it, and gelatin is not vegetarian. It's made of hooves,
Right.
or ground up
And-
bone.
that's right. And then
or
my-
nasty.
What I was
Whatever.
trying to do verbally, cleverly, was work my way up the horse's hoof to the face, which is the real criteria of vegetarians everywhere. If it had a face, no way, right? So I was trying to work my way up to say, well, then the hoof is connected up to the face. But I wasn't thinking. I wasn't on top of my game. And Rob is a
Rob.
guy you have to be on the top of
Thank
your
goodness.
game. And I said the hoof is connected to the foot. And I was getting ready to gain my momentum all the way up to the face and the chest. But I didn't get another word out Rob goes, the hoof is connected to the foot.
I
The
think
hoof
we did,
is
we,
the foot, he
we-
says.
yeah.
Which, of course, upon hearing it back, I realized I had spoken in haste
And we laughed for a very long time.
at my expense.
Indeed.
It wasn't the only time.
But no, it was fun. Yes, bahaha and gummies. Yes, I can't eat gummy bears unless it's made with tapioca.
Because it has a
which-
face?
but
Oh,
most-
because of the gelatin, sorry. I am ashamed to
I
say
can't eat gummy bears
I am
because it
ashamed
had
to
a
say
face.
that was a 99% legit question when I said it. But then
That's fabulous. I love it.
that's a way to waste time. And end the show, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're actually, because that clock is off, I think
Okay.
we are actually into the end. And the lady dancing
Okay,
in the
so we're-
background is confirmation of that.
So thanks for hanging out. Because really, that's all it's for.
You guys can stay
We'll
for a
show
second.
pictures of the trip and
Stuff.
family and our fun.
Boy, we really
Love
slowed
you.
the pace.
Have an awesome week. We will see you next Wednesday. Or before.
That sounds good.